to start using Instagram for your business? Are you curious on how to use this platform as a business visibility, business nurturing, and business development tool? Well, this week, I spontaneously reached out to 𝒒💡💂💧💧, who's a business coach and who is an expert on how to connect through Instagram. I wanted to learn. I needed to. There's so many things that I want to learn on that platform. I think there's something there when we know how to use it. So you'll have to apologize. The lighting is horrible. It's not in our usual setting. And yeah, we just did it anyways because I really wanted us to get her insight and pick her brain on how to use that platform as a business development tool. Let's go to our interview. 𝒒💡💂, thank you so much for accepting my invitation today.
Of course, I'm so excited to be here.
And me too, because I'm taking notes on this one. All right. So 𝒒💡💂, today we are going to talk on how to use Instagram for business.
Mm-hmm.
This little application that has so much potential, that you have so much gift in, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I still don't know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Before we dive into what to do, what not to do, whatever, I'd like to know, you're a business coach. Actually, you know what? How about we this? You can start by introducing yourself, please.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like so eager to go in it. I might just go in, but please introduce yourself.
Thank you. So yeah, like you said, I'm a certified business coach. My mission is to help ambitious women gain clarity, gain confidence, in who they are and what they're really passionate about so they can grow their online business, like from a place of alignment. Like this is so important. And I believe every woman has the power to be financially free and be their own boss. And I help them sign more clients through social media, through personal branding, Instagram, mindset, and sales. And most of my clients are able to make 5K months, leave their jobs, and truly live off what they love to do, which is amazing. And I'm so excited to be here, give more, share like value on Instagram. Like that's my jam. I love Instagram. It's such a great platform. And yeah, I'm excited.
And it's so funny because earlier we were chatting about that Instagram and I'm like, yeah, it's really fun. I have no idea what to do with it, but yeah, it's really fun, And you're like, oh my gosh, and there's this, and there's this, and there's this. And I'm like, okay, wow. There's a lot of things. I'm taking notes today. So who is it for? Who is it not for, first of all?
So Instagram is for people who are content creators, influencers, entrepreneurs, like anyone who is selling something online should be on Instagram, because Instagram is such a fun platform to really share your passions, share what you do, share who you are, the behind the scenes of who you are and what goes on in your life. And I think that's the element that makes people say, ooh, like, what is she up to? Like, people are sneaky. People love to see the behind the scenes. People, they feel the FOMO. They don't want to miss out on what's going on. So this is why a platform is such like a good way to do that and showcase that. And I think it's not for people who, are not interested in sharing about their lives and what they're up to.
Okay, so there's a difference between, and we had a conversation about this earlier on, the different platforms, how they're different. So Instagram is where we, and correct me if I'm wrong, where we make more of that human connection versus business connection?
Yes, exactly. It's all about the human. It's all about who you are. Like the platform in itself is an extension of you, right? It doesn't because a lot of people overthink it. They over stress about the features, about the reels, about this, about that. But just take a deep breath.
Yeah, because there's a lot of bells and whistles.
Yeah, there is. But like, you are the person who makes the platform, right? It all starts with you. It all starts with who you are, what your passions are, what you're so excited to share about. Like people want to see those family pictures, those pictures on your walks, those travel pictures. Like people want to see it all. right? And people have this misconception that, oh my gosh, I need to be professional. I need to look a certain way. I need to speak a certain way. But it's completely the opposite. People want to see who you truly are, the vulnerable side, all the sides of you, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes. So I like you. So I'll take that ball and run with it of misconception. What are misconceptions, myth, or mistakes that because you have a lot of people following you on Instagram, you are there. So what are the misconceptions and mistakes that you see people doing using the platform?
I think the biggest one is focusing like on vanity metrics and like focusing on, oh my gosh, I need to get all the followers. I need to like buy the followers or buy some likes just to give this persona, or like just to seem like I'm a real expert at what I do. But actually like the followers and the likes and the engagement, they're going to come based on the value that you deliver. So instead of focusing on the vanity metrics, on the numbers, focus on the quality of your content. Like if I go on your Instagram page right now, will I learn something new? Right?
A little bit. I'm getting there. I'm learning. But let's pretend we're not talking about me here. So it's mistake number one that people do is focusing on those vanity metrics of numbers of followers. What else? What are the mistakes that you see people doing on the platform?
I think it's also thinking that you need like 1 million followers to get a client. Right? I've had clients who have very small followings and are able to get premium clients from it. It's all about the value. It's all about your positioning. It's all about you showing that you know what you're talking about, that you have experience in what you do, that you've helped people in the past, that your own story, sharing your own testimonials, your own results, owning all parts of you, owning all the things, being real, being raw, like all of it, it all matters. And you don't need 1 million followers to have a successful business online, for sure.
That's scary, because I don't have 1 million followers there nor anywhere. But that's good to know, So how do we actually use the platform to grow our businesses? Because yes, a lot of people are using it to, like you mentioned, vanity metrics, the numbers of followers and things like that. But how do we use it, and what are maybe some of the features, or how to use it as a business development tool?
Yeah, that's a very good question. The platform itself loves when you use most of its feature, because when they see you use most of it, they're going to push it like more in the algorithm and more people are going to see it. So I think the 3 top places to be at on Instagram is Instagram stories. These are little like short 15 seconds. It can be like a picture, a video that you share in your stories, and it lasts 24 hours. After that, it disappears unless you save it to your highlights on your profile. Then there's the Reels. Reels is a relatively new feature. It's, again, 15 seconds, 30-second clips that you can put on your feed when people go on your profile. These are really great for views and getting new followers and putting the word out there of who you are and what you do. And the other thing is your feed posts. So there's like different types, but I think one that works very well for entrepreneurs specifically are the carousel posts. So when you post a carousel post, you can like swipe and see different images.
Yes, I've seen those. Yes.
Yeah, those are the carousel posts. And these are great to give lots of value to your following, right? It can be like 3 ways to boost your visibility. And then on the first slide, it's like 1 tip. On the second slide is the second tip. On the third slide is like a third tip. So when you do those carousels and people go through them, Like Instagram, is counting the seconds people are looking at this post and reading through it. And it's
so
going
the
to
infamous dwell time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, and it's funny because it makes me think I'm connected through Instagram, obviously, to a gentleman who sells insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And he uses that carousel on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true that he can provide more information in there than what would be a regular post.
Yeah, exactly. Because the caption, there's a maximum length of words you can use in a caption, but you can write anything you want in that carousel post, right? There's no limits. I think there's like 10 slide limit, but I mean, on the slide itself, you can write in really like small and like put in all of it there.
Yeah, you probably don't want to put it like too cramped.
Yeah.
Is it a platform where people scroll fast? Because I know on LinkedIn, it's a slower platform.
Mm-hmm.
So people take the time to read and to click on the article and come back. And we were talking about earlier, like people are still commenting on posts that I did a year ago, which is the only platform that happens on it. But Instagram having that information gives them the time to actually stop, because otherwise it's scrolling most, right?
Yeah, it's mostly a scrolling platform unless you have a very targeted audience, right? This is the keyword here, having an audience of people who are actually looking forward to reading your posts and looking forward to seeing what you're up to, what programs you have going on, what services you're offering, because you know exactly how to call them out, how to draw them in, how to write a sentence or ask a questions that will make them stop their scroll and actually read your post. That's the difference, because people are always scrolling. But if your content is so juicy and speaking to that one person who is actually looking forward to a solution to their problem, and your content is giving that to them, they're going to stop scrolling and they're going to read everything.
Oh, I like that. So that's where, because I don't know if it's me, but we seem to see more and more of those carousel. Because that gives information. So having like the first image being a strong hook.
Exactly.
Is where it goes.
Exactly. A strong hook. Exactly.
What's a reel? Like I see that in the options and I'm like, okay, I don't know what a reel is. What's a reel?
Yeah, so it's a 15 seconds to 30 seconds clip.
Okay.
What's really good with reels is that you can use trending sounds. So the more you use those trending sounds that everyone is using in their reels, you're going to be pushed up in the algorithm because people are using those sounds. So it's a little bit like hashtags, if you...
Or like TikTok songs.
Yeah.
Kids. I'm not on TikTok, but my kids are. There's like TikTok songs that are trending. Okay, I get the concept. So hashtags is the same thing. Those sounds. Okay.
Yeah. So if you use a trending sound, if you are concise, short, concise, and sweet, and you give value in that reel, it's going to blow up. Like I had a reel that had 12,000 views. And the reason it got viral like that is because in that reel, I'm telling people like, stop selling the coaching, start selling the solution or the transformation, right? Because people focus so much on selling, oh, there's 2 calls and then their Voxer and then this, like they sell the format, but they don't sell the transformation in itself. So that reel was very informative and very educational and valuable. And the way I did it, it was very short and sweet and straight to the point. And I feel like that's what really made it go viral on Instagram. Yeah.
I like that. Maybe I'll try that. Not soon, but you know. I'll mentally prepare myself to try it.
I challenge you. I challenge you.
Oh, don't. You're going to start looking at my Instagram. So is everyone, you can do it. Okay. So tell me, how do you, as a business coach, so you're in the B2B business, you're not selling recipes or diets or workouts or fashion or makeup. We do see a lot of that on Instagram. But again, I think your feed, it depends always of who you're following and whatnot. So yourself being in the B2B business, how do you use it to bring visibility to your business, attract clients, and convert clients?
So I think I touched upon the first two, which is like putting valuable content that speaks to that one person. And I think the second part here is also to give people a strong call to action, right? So they consumed your valuable content. They got lots of value from it. What's their next step? Is it to join your newsletter? Is it to join your free Facebook group? Is it to listen to a podcast episode? Is it to watch a video on YouTube? Like, what's their next step? We have to be super clear on what that call to action is, because that's how I really funnel the people and where I can nurture them even further, which eventually leads to a client or paying client, right? So it's this whole funnel that we have to think about how we want to keep, yes, attracting, but nurturing our people so they eventually become clients.
So as an entrepreneur, I also need to think ahead of time is, what are those call to actions? And I believe that those call to actions cannot be call me, because people don't call.
What do you mean?
Like, if you're interested in this, call me. But I believe that especially in social media, people who don't know you, they won't call you, but they will want to visit your website, receive your newsletter, download a checklist that you have for them. Like, they will want to date you virtually before giving you a call.
That's exactly it. The nurturing process.
Yeah. I find, because a lot of entrepreneurs, and I see it on LinkedIn, we're like, oh, if you have any questions, call me. And I'm like, people won't call.
Yeah.
Because in the virtual world, virtual marketing, calling is like, do you want to marry me? And it's like, we kind of need to make it one step ahead of time. And it's like, okay, you need to date. And in the virtual world, that is register to my newsletter, download a checklist that I have. So before going on Instagram, I need to, as an entrepreneur, need to think about that, is what could be in my nurturing sequence.
Exactly.
Before going there.
Yeah. And here's the other thing too. Yes, some people will take longer to be nurtured and will want to get more value and build that trust, right? Some people are big on building trust, and it should be a big thing for sure. But some people will always be ready. Like, there's some people right now looking up on Instagram for business coaches, for health coaches, for whatever you do. People are looking for that. They're looking for a solution and they're ready, right? I've had people like find me the same day, book a call the same day, and hire me the same day. Like, it doesn't mean that it's always going to be this long process. Some people are always ready right away. So always keep that in mind for sure.
That is really interesting. And how about age? Is there like an age category where it's most... So let me rephrase my sentence. Is Instagram just for the young people? Or for the other mature ones? Is there still a space?
There's still a space. There's a space for everyone. You just need to claim it and own it and be proud of who you are, and just to know that age is just a number, right? I've had clients that are 40 and 50, and there's women in my group, like, they're in the old, like it doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter what age you're at. What matters is that you're committed, you're ready, you want to make this work, you're all in, basically. And when you have that mindset of being all in, ready to learn, ready to implement, you're going to get results. It doesn't matter how old you are.
And it's true. And as I'm asking the question, I'm thinking again of the gentleman that I'm following, who's a life insurance agent. And he's not 22. And I think that is what's particularly that I like about him, is because he has many, many years of experience in the industry, and he is on Instagram and he brings valuable posts, like you said, and he's there on a consistent basis. And I'm like, and what he provides as information in his feed is actually really good information. So me, even myself, when I see it, I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. Like I learned something, I got something out of it. And so probably a question that everyone has who's watching us today is, what type of commitment does Instagram require? Do I need to be there? Do I need to be stuck on my phone all the time, liking, posting, doing videos? And what is the kind of time commitment? Because it's something that also as an entrepreneur, we need to consider is what is the investment in time that I'm going to take?
So there's two types of people.
Okay.
Some people love to create content when they feel inspired, right? Yeah. And they just post it. They don't overthink it. They don't sit down and like analyze it and re-edit it. They just post from the heart. And I think that's the best way to go about it. But some people are more, analytical. They want to sit down. They want to write their stuff. They want to schedule their stuff. They want to like have it more automated. And that's fine too, right? There's no wrong way to go about this, as long as you keep a consistency, because the platform won't grow itself. People won't begin to trust you if you're showing up one day and disappearing for weeks on end and then coming back. Like it needs to show that you're consistent, that you're serious about this, that people can trust you, that you're not going anywhere. That's super important, especially building like this business online and this personal brand. It's so important. So I always say, what is on your heart to share today? Because we have so many stories. We have so much experience. And I get so inspired just thinking about my clients, thinking about what type of questions they ask me, thinking about my own story, where I have been. Like, we get in our heads so much. We overthink so much. But in reality, it's so simple. If we just tap within, if we just go inwards and we think about what is on my heart to share today and take 3 seconds to do that. It doesn't need to take 3 hours to post on Instagram.
That's so true. Some of my best posts ever, my best posts ever have always been posts that I shared, that I've created from here and not from here. And those are, and across platform, those are the posts that actually have gained more momentum, because there's a connection, there's a human aspect, there's a human connection, lack of a better word, in there.
Exactly.
And I think Instagram, and you see people on all their sides on Instagram. Like maybe on Facebook, you'll see them with like the makeup and the hair and everything. But on Instagram, you'll see them without makeup, without the hair, and without, you have pictures of me going to the spa. You do have that on Instagram. Well, not like going in the spa, but you have that personal aspect of it. And now I think about it, and it's true that people talk about it because they've seen it on my Instagram feed, which I'm not super active, but when I get interactions, it's more of that human to human thing.
And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. We just get too much in our heads about it, and we overanalyze it, overcomplicate it, but honestly, it's so simple.
So how do you get out of your head?
I document. I see everything as documenting, right? So let's say I'm kicking off my new masterclass. Let me take a picture of my setup, of my desk, of my coffee, of this, of that. Okay, I'm about to go live. I'm so excited. So you're actually documenting your journey. You're showing people your processes, how you do things, how it's who you are. Your social media is who you are.
But I like seeing it as documenting, because now it kind of puts it in a container of, I'm doing this, let's document it. And so I'll tell you, I'm doing like for myself, trying to do daily stories.
Yes.
And what I found in the way that I'm doing it for me is not in terms of, oh, the perfect thing, is whatever I'm taking a picture, and I tend to take more pictures that I share, and I'm documenting it in what do I find that brings me joy today? Where do I find beauty today?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I'm sharing the story, but what's actually doing for me is it helps me take a moment and appreciate that day, appreciate that moment.
Absolutely. I love that. You put it so beautifully. And that's how your people will be like, wow, like Sarah's amazing. Like, I feel the same way. I can relate so much to her. Like, let me send her a message. Let me connect with her further. So it's a beautiful, beautiful relationship building platform to connect with like-minded people. And when you see people as, you know, I want to build a relationship, instead of seeing people like dollar signs or, oh my gosh, I'm going to get a client, like it flips the script entirely. Like, how can I be of value? Who can I help today? Where can I show up? What can I say to help that person take a step forward? It's all about the small little steps we take, right? So yeah, I just love that platforms for that, because you can document, you can share. And I've met so many incredible women on there too. It's insane.
Yeah, there's more and more people, and like I'm getting there. But that challenge that I gave myself of doing the stories, it's like I said, it's not for others. It's for me to take a moment, appreciate life, and I do get to meet a lot of people and follow some really smart influencers, people that I truly appreciate. That I'm like, I like what you say. It's smart, and like I don't tend to follow like fashion or makeup or things like that, but it helps gives another side and a personality to people that we that inspire us.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you've definitely helped me see the platform on a different point of view. I might go crazy and try a reel at some point soon. Like, oh my gosh. And it's funny because I have 2 teenagers and they're like, oh mom, like you're so oh. You know, like sometimes they're desperate and I'm like, check me out, I'm on Instagram now, you know? So it's fun. Ana Patricia, if people, I know you have a Facebook group where you give a lot of information. Where can people find you online above Instagram, obviously?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at anapatricia.coach. My Facebook group is called the Powerful Female Coaches and Leaders Community. I go live in there every week. I give so much value. You can come and ask any questions, meet new people. Like, it's just an incredible community to be in. I also have my podcast, the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. There's 2 new episodes released every week, one with my value and one with a special guest that I bring every week. So much, oh my gosh, connection and love and sharing and golden nuggets that gets to be said on these interviews. It's incredible. So yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think and let's chat. Let's connect.
Perfect. I'll make sure that we put all the links to the beautiful, all those insight and resources in our in the description of the video. Go and check it out. And really, I'm finding Instagram being a platform that's more and more fun to play around with. And I think we can definitely use it as a business development tool.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you. Bye.
I hope you liked the interview. I took a lot of notes, obviously, and it's one that I will watch and rewatch just to get some of the insight. It's something that someone that I follow on Instagram to get more insight. And it's funny because after our interview, she actually took a picture and documented our interview and put in her feed and everything. So I'm definitely going to take some cues from her. And as I mentioned, like the insurance agent, the gentleman who sells insurance that I follow also provides really interesting information on the platform, which personally, I didn't think that you could talk about insurance on a platform. So if we can talk about insurance, bringing and showcasing the value of insurance, what else can we showcase? So I hope you like this interview. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Join the community. Subscribe to the channel. And you know what? If you want to receive these episodes directly in your inbox, simply visit my website and you'll be able to subscribe and receive these and other exclusive notices about workshops that I do on a regular basis. And you'll be the first ones to know. Until next time, go on Instagram, check it out. Maybe you could do the same challenge that I decided to do for myself, is doing a story, not for others, but for me to be able to appreciate the days. And you know what? Who knows what's going to come out of there? Maybe I will get to enjoy the platform more and more and use it as a business development tool. When we know that there's all these platforms that we can use, that's when we start seeing that so much more is possible. Thank you for being here week after week, and I will see you next Tuesday.